to please welcome to the stage Melissa Errico.
I remember sky, it was blue as ink, or at least I think. I remember sky, I remember snow, soft as feathers, sharp as thumbtacks, coming down like lint. And it made you squint when the wind would blow, and ice like vinyl on the streets, cold as silver, white as sheets, rain like strings and changing things like leaves. I remember leaves, green as spearmint, crisp as paper. I remember trees, bare as coat racks, spread like broken umbrellas, and parks and bridges, ponds and zoos, ruddy faces, muddy shoes, light and noise, and bees and boys, and days. I remember days, or at least I try. But as years go by, they're a sort of haze, and the bluest ink isn't really sky. And at times I think I would gladly die for a day of sky. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't, it isn't right, don't, it isn't nice. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't walk on the grass, don't disturb the peace, don't skate on the ice. Well, I say do, I say walk on the grass was meant to feel, I say sail, tilt to the windmill, and if you fail, you fail. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't get out of line. When they say that then, lady, that's a sign. 9 times out of 10, lady, you are doing just fine. make just a ripple. Come on, be brave. This time a ripple. Next time a wave. Sometimes you have to start small, climbing the tiniest wall. Maybe you're going to fall, but it's better than not starting at all. Everybody says no, everybody says stop. Everybody says mustn't rock the boat, mustn't touch a thing. Everybody says don't, everybody says wait. Everybody says can't fight City Hall, can't upset the cart, can't laugh at the king. Well, I say try. I say laugh at the kings will make you cry. Lose your poise. Fall if you have to, but lady, make a noise. Everybody says don't, everybody says can't. Everybody says wait around for miracles. That's the way the world is made. I insist on miracles. If you do them, miracles, nothing to them. I say don't be afraid. Wow. Wow, thank you so much. What a beautiful room this is, isn't it? Oh, gosh. And thank you for these flowers. I'll have to go one by one. Thank you so much. That first song is about memory and what we choose to remember. And tonight we will be remembering Stephen Sondheim and celebrating Stephen Sondheim on his birthday. That is, if you don't know who Stephen Sondheim is, you can leave now. Don't worry, the doors are locked. So we're here to celebrate his birthday, and I wanted to share something nice with you. And that is that Mr. Sondheim and I always felt we shared a birthday. I would be in one of his many birthday concerts or have a rehearsal, and I say, my birthday is tomorrow. Our birthday sat hip to hip. And we always felt like we shared a birthday, and we often shared many greetings. And out of hundreds of emails, I thought I might share a few if you would like to hear. So it makes me very sad, of course, to celebrate without him, but I thought I would just share with you one of our shared greetings. This first one, the day before, on March 21st, says, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, comma, dear Melissa, comma, happy birthday to you, and there's an asterisk, and then way down, about 8 lines of empty space, there's the asterisk repeats, and it says music and lyrics, copyright Stephen Sondheim. I thought you would like that. Actually, I can already tell I'm going to like you. I always say that, but I don't always mean it. Okay, I'm going to give you one I wasn't going to give until I thought you were nice. I saw the flowers, and I could tell there were some eccentric people in the hallway, like being funny and like buying CDs before the show, which is nice. So now I'm on live stream unscripted, so that's just me. We all knew it was going to be something. So I just thought I'd share this because I loved Mr. Sondheim so much, and this was one of my favorites, and I didn't plan it. He's not even numbered. It has no number. It says, Dear Steve, may I ask one thing? I'm asking for a friend. Can you actually whistle? Merry Christmas, Melissa. And he wrote back, but of course, the image was Arthur's. Steve. Isn't that sweet? Okay, back to birthdays. I wrote to him and I said, here we are again, happy birthday. And he wrote, oh, you mean you were 92? Well, belated congratulations. You don't look it, believe me. How sweet. So that shows you how generous, how charming he is, and always everything done with a little humor, and sometimes, of course, a little barb. I always felt somehow that Mr. Sondheim was somehow in my corner. I don't pretend that we were personal or intimate friends, but I always felt that he was a protective force of a kind to me. Nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around. Nothing's gonna harm you, no sir, not while I'm around. Demons are prowling everywhere nowadays. I'll send them howling, I don't care, I've got ways. No one's gonna hurt you, no one's gonna dare. Others can desert you, not to worry, whistle, I'll be there. Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time nothing can harm you, not while I'm around. Being close and being clever ain't like being true. I don't need to, I would never hide a thing from you. No one's gonna hurt you, no one's gonna dare. Others can desert you, not to worry, whistle, I'll be there. Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time nothing can harm you, nothing can hurt you, not while I'm around, not while I'm around, not while I'm Thank you. I know a lot of us are obsessed with the words and music of Mr. Sondheim, and we're very fascinated, of course, by those words. But tonight, that music will not go unattended by the great, great Ted Firth. My human orchestra. Hi, Ted. Hey, Melissa. So think of tonight as a kind of Sondheim odyssey, where I will take you from island to island. I have been on something of an odyssey myself, going from town to town and singing Mr. Sondheim's music. Ted and I have been to Las Vegas and Indianapolis. I've been to LA and San Francisco, all in the last about 10 days. And I'm off to London on Friday and traveling all around. So you all know the Odyssey and Homer's Odyssey. I will be half Homer for you tonight and hopefully half Siren. In case you don't remember, the sirens were the girls who sang, and as the Odysseus' and Homer's boat, Ulysses' boat, would sail, the sailors would jump into the sea. So if you need to, you can tie each other up to your cafe chairs. So I will be taking you from Sondheim Island to Sondheim Island, and it won't take 10 years. It, of course, took Homer 10 years, and truthfully, what I've learned is that it was a one-year journey, and he spent 9 years, essentially, in a hotel room with a nymph named Calypso. But I digress. The first island to go to is Italy in 1863. The musical is Passion. I had a nice conversation, well, many nice conversations with God, with Mr. Sondheim. You know, he wrote a song about himself called God. You don't know that song? We used to open with that song, remember? That was fun. Yeah, I'm getting so old. I'm like, we used to, hey, Ted, we used to open with that when we were young. So before I digress too much, I do recall Sondheim telling me that Passion was a unique musical of his because it began, my children are here. Interesting. It began with an O and it ended with an O. Carry on. Interesting. They're all talking to my husband like, what does that mean? Loving you is not a choice. It's who I am. Loving you is not in my control. Did I do something wrong?
Loving you is not a choice and not much reason to rejoice.
Oh, very well said, Ted. So start at the beginning. Pianists usually don't help like that. I'm like Aerosmith, but not. Just like on the road. What town am I in? What's the song? No. Loving you is not a choice. It's who I am. Loving you is not a choice, and not much reason to rejoice. But it gives me purpose, gives me voice to say to the world, this is why I live. You are why I live. Loving you is why I do the things I do. Loving you is not in my control. But loving you, I have a goal for what's left of my life. I will live, and I would die for you. Loving you is why I do the things I do. Loving you is not in my control. But loving you, I have a goal for what's left of my life. I will live, and I would die In a way, Mr. Sondheim is the poet laureate, really, of longing. And longing for what? Longing for, I'll just give it a try, longing for marriage, longing for meaning, longing for giants to die, longing for better sex, a bigger apartment, but most of all, to belong, longing for belonging. The next island I'll take you to is the island of the Grand Jatte, which incidentally doesn't really exist anymore. It's so unidentifiable. I've gone looking for it. And this is Sunday in the Park with George. This is the first musical I was ever in by Mr. Sondheim, and I met him in rehearsals, and I was an art history major in college, and I thought it would be interesting if Dot did the color and light sequence undressed in a bathtub. And so when Mr. Sondheim entered rehearsal, I was in a bathtub. And I was so young, and I didn't even quite understand. I just said, could you just change a few words? Because she's doing her makeup, and so I needed it. So it's now more soap. It was, for that moment, more soap, more scent. And it was fun, and he liked it. And it was a good idea, he thought. So that was fun. So I was naked in a bathtub when I met him. But Sunday in the Park with George is a masterpiece. Oh, you're having fun. You're just incredulous, aren't you? Your head is you're going this way and that way simultaneously.
I saw you in it.
Oh, you saw the show.
I saw your show and Bernadette Peters.
Oh, you saw, and you know what? We were wearing the same clothes. I was able to wear Bernadette Peters' dress. They added like a one extra big ruffle, at the bottom. Because I'm tall. But I was so delighted I got to be in her clothes, and they let me wear her clothes. So it was just such a thrill. And the idea that I was in her mechanical dress, anybody know? I'm digressing. But the mechanical dress just opens by itself. Well, it hadn't been used in a while, so this man had to stay right next to me. I'm right here, and there's this man, like right here, right by the curtain, like this, because the signal wasn't going to work, and there's a remote control. And he was like, it's like a little kid's toy, and he was pointing it at me, and I'm going like, in front of thousands of people, I'm just going like, ta-da! And then I just sort of hope that this little man's like, and the dress would open, and I did cartwheels out of it, and it just didn't go wrong. We got so lucky, though, because it was just so on the edge, And in order to be naked in the bathtub, I had to have my whole mic pack in my wig, and that meant the microphone is here, and if I kick the bubbles I begin the follies, da-da-da-da, if the bubble would hit that, I'd be electrocuted. So I was like, if you see anything on YouTube where I'm kicking, but I'm going like this, like at the same time, like, I was trying not to die by my concept. Go down for art history. Anyhow, let's stay on topic. Oh, hi, Ted. Ted's not surprised. So when we really love the audience, we use props. So I have this little hat box I take on the road. It's part of my Aerosmith lifestyle. So here is Dot's hat, with which I recreate the show. It's not stolen. So Sondheim told me that nobody understands this song when you sing it out of context. In fact, he told me very clearly nobody understands this song. So I'm just going to explain to you that Dot basically doesn't want to be the baker's wife. Okay, okay. I have one person. Okay, you're going to get a prize later. Dot is in love with George Seurat. He is an artist who does not have time for her, but the man who has nothing but time for her is the baker, and she doesn't want the baker. And so she's in the park, and this is the conversation in her head. Oh, and then I sing the note out of the blue. Hello, George. Where did you go, George? I know you're near, George. I caught your eyes, George. I want your ear, George. I've a surprise, George. Everybody loves Louie. Louie's simple and kind. Everybody loves Louie. Louie's lovable Seems we never know, do we, who we're going to find. And Louie the baker is not what I had in mind. But Louie's really an artist. Louie's cakes are an art. Louie isn't the smartest. Louie's popular. Everybody loves Louie, 'cause he bakes from the heart. The bread George, I mean the bread George. And then in bed George, I mean he needs me. I mean like George. Hello, George. Louie's always so pleasant. Louie's always so fair. Louie makes you feel present. Louie's generous. That's the thing about Louie. Louie always is there. Louie's thoughts are not hard to follow. Louie's art is not hard to swallow. Not that Louie's perfection, that's what makes him ideal. Hardly anything worth objection. Louie drinks a bit, Louie blinks a bit. Louie makes a connection, that's the thing that you feel. We lose things, and then we choose things. And there are Louies, and there are Georges. Well, Louis and George, but George has George, and I need someone, Louis. Everybody loves Louis, him as well as his cakes. Everybody loves Louie, me included, George. Not afraid to be gooey. Louie sells what he makes. Everybody gets along with him. That's the trouble, nothing's wrong with him. Louie has to make his way. George can only bake his. Then I take a cupcake and stuff it in my mouth. Louie it is! Now, we all know that Mr. Sondheim loved games and puzzles, so we're going to play a little game, a very small parlor game tonight, which we do sometimes in concerts. I'm going to put this little pile of white little pieces of paper, and I'm going to pass it around, and you can ask me any questions you want, or, oh no, you would write the questions. Here, take the hat. Oh no, David, you'll play. Okay. So you pass it around. If you don't want to play, you don't have to play. And, you know, keep it to Sondheimiana, please. Don't ask me where I'll be later and anything. So you'll pass that around, and I'll get that back. I'll get that back around the time I poorly play the ukulele. So we know he loved puzzles, and he loved playing games. In fact, he was the puzzles editor in the 1970s of New York Magazine. Did you know that? He was. Before he was God, he was the puzzles editor. This next song is very indicative, really, of the plot of almost any Sondheim musical. Somebody wants something that they don't have, wants something or someone that they don't have, and once they get the thing that they think that they want, they're worse off than they were before. Or something like that. Wouldn't you agree? That's the general idea. This is from the musical Into the Woods. Now, Into the Woods is sort of the original mashup, if you will, of all the children's fairy tales. I was thinking, about it, and you have Little Red Riding Hood, and you have Jack and the Beanstalk, and everybody kind of arguing. It's a little bit like a co-op board meeting on the Upper West Side, In this song, it is, right? I never thought of it that way until yesterday. I was like, it is. It's like a co-op board meeting in New York City. In this next song, the baker. Oh, let me give you something to look at. I like to play the baker's wife in her little apron. I played the baker's wife in a wonderful concert production, ran a couple of nights, and John McDaniel was the conductor of an orchestra, and it was so exciting and so much fun. This is a wonderful show. I would take my shoes off, but they're complicated high boots. So the baker's wife wants nothing more than a baby. I certainly know that feeling. And she wants that baby, she wants that baby. The minute she gets the baby, she wants a babysitter. And I don't feel that way, but she wants a babysitter. And of course, Prince Charming is running around the woods. He's running around the woods with his big, sort of, his friend. And he has a moment where he sees the baker's wife. She's constantly just like, oh my God, as the Prince Charming walks by. And what I love about this song is the way she processes the royal flush or whatever it is that happens between them. What's wonderful about the story, it'll be a little hard to explain because I don't have his maybe purple bow or something, so at the end, she goes back to her husband. You literally get, I couldn't believe this, you get off stage the second this is over and you hear, I got stepped on by the giant at the very end of this song. So, no one will be here to step on me, I don't think. But, okay, so Prince Charming has just left me, and we've just made out, or whatever. What was that? Was that me? Was that him? Did a prince really kiss me? And kiss me? And kiss me? And did I kiss him back? Was it wrong? Am I mad? Is that all? Does he miss me? Was he suddenly getting bored with me? Oh, wake up! Stop dreaming, stop prancing about the woods. It's not beseeming. What is it about the woods? Back to life, back to sense, back to child, back to husband. No one lives in the woods. There are vows, there are ties, there are needs, there are standards, there are shouldn'ts and shoulds. Why not both instead? There's the answer if you're clever. Have a child for warmth, and a baker for bread, and a prince for whatever. Never! It's these woods. Face the facts, find the boy, join the group, stop the giant, just get out of these woods. And to get, was that him? Was that me? No, it wasn't, just a trick of the woods. Just a moment, one peculiar passing moment. Must it all be either less or more, either plain or grand? Is it always or is it never and? That's what woods are for those moments in the woods. Oh, if life were made of moments, even now and then a bad one. But if life were only moments, then you'd never know you had one. First a witch, then a child, then a prince, then a moment. Who can live in the woods? And to get what you wish only just for a moment, these are dangerous woods. Let the moment go. Don't forget it for a moment, though. Just remembering you've had an and when it's back to or. Makes the or mean more than it did before. Now I understand, and it's time to leave the woods. Thank you. Thank you. So, Ted, I got a little mixed up there. But did I do that one thing right? There's so many of these one little things, by the way. Sondheim is full of these, it'll sound like a downbeat, but it's not a downbeat. And we still study this. Every rehearsal, we rehearsed last night, we still analyze every little thing. That's what makes it so wonderful. And now, I'm going to tell you about one sort of interesting exchange that I had with Stephen Sondheim. I was in a production of Do I Hear a Waltz? And it was such an honor, and thank you. It was such a delight to do the show. I was able to perform with one of the great opera singers, with Richard Troxell from the Metropolitan Opera, and we became great friends. And so I was thrilled to do it, and one day at an invited dress rehearsal, I got off stage at the end of the show. The invited dress rehearsal was attended by 1,100 people, as happens in New York. And when I got off stage, I heard an announcement that said, would the cast and the crew please come to the stage? So I came to the stage, and by the time I got there, it was so crowded, I couldn't see a thing. It is probably something like in the old days when George Balanchine would come to New York City Ballet and everyone would stand there at attention. I knew, I felt, I sensed he was there. And so I didn't know what to do, so I went up the steps to my Venetian balcony. And I looked down, I saw that famous profile that stops every actor's heart. And I thought, well, Melissa, you're in his place, so you can say hello. And so I bent over and I said, oh, hello. And he turned around and he said, oh, you were wonderful most of the time. You see what he did there? That legendary Sondheim pause, that legendary comma, that legendary caesura, where one thing is expressed and then the opposite. Or something is said and then it's made a little unsure, a little rueful. That's what makes him so wonderful to sing most of the time. Most of the time. So the comma is something, punctuation like that is always so important. And so Ted and I pay close attention to all those things. Now, Mr. Sondheim gave us all some of the most incredible and complex songs about marriage. He put off getting married himself, and yet he did give us some of the greatest songs about marriage. When someone like Alan J. Lerner was married, what was it? 8 times. 8 times. And one time right to the same woman. 8 times, and he's the man who gave us the song, If Ever I Would Leave You. Not a day goes by, not a single day, you're not somewhere a part of my life, and I need you to stay. Marry me, comma, a little, love me just enough, cry but not too often, play but not too rough, keep a tender distance so we'll both be free. That's the way it ought to be. I'm ready, marry me a little, do it with a will, make a few demands I'm able to fulfill, want me more than others, not exclusively. That's the way it ought to be. I'm ready. I'm ready now. You can be my best friend. I can be your right arm. We'll go through a fight or two, no harm. say who we are, right? Okay then, I'm ready now. Someone marry me a little, love me just enough, warm and sweet and easy, just the simple stuff. Keep a tender distance so we'll both be free. That's the way it ought to be. I'm ready, marry me a little, body, heart, and soul. Passionate as hell, but always in control. Want me first and foremost, keep me company. That's the way it ought to be. I'm ready now. Oh, how gently we'll talk. Oh, how softly we'll tread. All the stings, the ugly things, we'll keep unsaid. We'll build a cocoon of love and respect. You promise whatever you like, I'll never collect. Right? Okay then, I'm ready now. Someone, I'm ready. Take us to church, Ted. Bless this day, pinnacle of life, husband joined to wife, the heart leaps up to behold this golden day.
Amy, we're really getting married.
Pardon me, is everybody there? Because if everybody's there, I want to thank you all for coming to the wedding. I'd appreciate you going even more. I mean, you must have had some better things to do, and not a word of it to Paul. Remember, Paul, you know the man I'm going to marry, but I'm not, because I wouldn't ruin anyone as wonderful as he is. So I thank you all for the gifts and the flowers. Thank you all. Now it's back to the showers, and don't tell Paul, but I'm not getting married today. Bless this day, tragedy of life, husband yoked to wife, the heart sinks down and feels dead. This dreadful day.
Amy, I can't find my cufflinks.
They're on the dresser, next to my suicide note. Listen, everybody, look, I don't know what you're waiting for a wedding. What's a wedding? It's a prehistoric ritual where everybody promises fidelity forever, which is maybe the most horrifying word I've ever heard, which is followed by a honeymoon where suddenly he'll realize he settled with a nut and want to kill me with shit. So listen, thanks a bunch, but I'm not getting married. Go have lunch, because I'm not getting married. You've been grand, but I'm not getting married. Don't just stand there. I'm not getting married, and don't tell Paul, but I'm not getting married today. Go, can't you go? Why is nobody listening? Goodbye, go and cry at another person's wake. If you're quick for a kick, you can pick up a christening. But please, on my knees, there's a human life at stake. Listen, everybody, I'm afraid you didn't hear, or do you want to see a crazy lady full of put in front of you? It isn't only Paul who may be ruining his life. We'll both of us be losing our identities. I telephoned my analyst about it. He said to see him Monday, but by Monday I'll be floating in the Hudson with the other garbage. I'm not well, so I'm not getting married. You've been swell, but I'm not getting married. Clear the hole, because I'm not getting married. Thank you all, but I'm not getting married. Don't tell Paul, but I'm not getting married today. Bless this bride, totally insane, slipping down the drain. And bless Eliza on the ice. Look, perhaps I'll collapse in the apse right before you also take back the cake, burn the shoes and boil the rice. Look, I didn't want to have to tell you, but I may be coming down with hepatitis and I think I'm going to faint, so if you want to see me faint, I'll do it happily, but wouldn't it be funnier to go and watch a funeral? Thank you for the 27 dinner plates and 37 butter knives and 47 paperweights and 57 candle holders. I am not getting married. See, I'm not getting married. Still, I'm not getting married. I am not getting married. Let us pray that I'm not getting married today. Amen. You can always tell. You can always tell when there's a lot of married people in the audience. Okay, so where am I next? Okay. There's never a shortage of ruminations. I just have to direct myself. So in making the album, Sondheim Sublime, which I had such a pleasure to do with Ted Firth, thank you. There was a lot of back and forth with Stephen Sondheim. I was going through a difficult time, probably the biggest life crisis type thing you can have. And when a lot of people would be going through something like this, maybe they would go to Rhinebeck and do yoga, or have a hypnotist, or, go sit under a pyramid somewhere, or go to Machu Picchu. I went to Sondheim. And he knew this, and our goal in the Sondheim record was to put the most philosophical and empathic of his songs, what I would consider just one room in his castle. And it was a great pleasure to work together. And one of the songs that he recommended that I do was called Isn't He Something, from his musical Gold, or Bounce, or Roadshow. But what's interesting was that he was drawing my eye to a parental figure, to a mother. And the mother, of course, in that musical, likes the one of the two boys. She likes one of her two children, and she has no problem telling the less liked child how much she likes the liked child, which only draws attention to the fact that I'm sure you all know that Mr. Sondheim had a very conflicted relationship with his own mother, and he had spoken a lot about it, and said that his mother hurt him greatly when she sent him a letter saying that her one biggest regret in life was giving birth to him. And she put that in a letter. So parental figures, very interesting kind of quadrant of Sondheimiana, and just thinking about who he was now that we have the first early opportunities to take any account of the way he affected us, and what he was, who he was. And his mother, he described as a celebrity hunter, and she knew that Oscar Hammerstein lived down the road in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, where I've been singing quite a lot lately. And I studied a lot about the area and got to see the Hammerstein home, where a young teenage Mr. Sondheim entered the house and immediately found a parental figure, a warm parental figure who he adored and who adored him back, Oscar Hammerstein, who gave us, of course, so many great musicals, The Sound of Music, etc. And he was around the sound of that music, those bright and earnest lyrics like raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles, all of that. And you have to think about how Sondheim then moved the art form forward, how the influence happened and then extended. Of course, he gave us so much satirical and pained or shadowed language in musical theater. So I think a lot about the influence of Oscar Hammerstein, and sometimes I like to imagine the influence in the other direction. I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a terrible fix. I always say, come on, let's go. Just when I ought to say, nix. When a fellow tries to kiss a girl, I know she ought to give his face a smack. But as soon as someone kisses me, I somehow sorta wanna kiss him back. I'm just a fool when lights are low. I can be prissy and quaint. I ain't the type who can faint. How can I be what I ain't? I can't say. Thank you. This next song is a song that takes a moment of setting up and a couple more years of practice, which we won't have time for. Thank you, Ted. Oh, I've unplugged. Thank you for that. I think it works. Okay, hold on. Got to get the right. I've gotten a lot taller all of a sudden. Okay, thank you, honey. Ted and I have some other musical adventures that we've been on having lately, and one of them is we put together during the pandemic while my children were asleep at night and my husband was locked in the basement with the virus. I got interested in film noir. I flipped through YouTube and fell into film noir, and Ted and I put our heads together over many months, and we made a film noir album. Hello, honey. Oh, look, he's out. So we have a new record about film noir, and it got me thinking that, of course, Mr. Sondheim gave us a film noir song from Dick Tracy, which is the song that won him the Oscar. And they say that it's good when you're raising children. I have 3 teenage daughters who rarely come, or well, they don't rarely. They come when I invite them. They're here tonight. I can't stop looking at the 3 of them over there. I'm just ravished by your beauty. My children, I tried to lead by example, and we were all taking ukulele lessons together. They have gotten quite good, and I have stayed at the 3rd grade level. So don't watch Mommy now. So Ted likes this, but we're going to do the best we can here. I got my nails fancy for you, and then I had to choose between looking good or sounding good. I may fail at both. This is a neo-noir revival hit song from that wonderful movie musical. Okay, so Ted, I start with this one, right? Here we go. You feel my confidence. There, I'm starting. Sooner or later, you're gonna be mine. Sooner or later, you're gonna be fine. Tricky one here, right? Baby, it's time that you faced it. I always get my man. Sooner or later, you're gonna decide. Sooner or later, there's nowhere to hide. Yeah. Baby, it's time, so I waste it in chatter. Let's settle It's time that you faced it. I always get my man. But if you insist, babe, the challenge delights me. The more you resist, babe, the more it excites me. And no one I've kissed, babe, ever fights me again. If you're on my list, it's just a question of when I get a yen, then baby, amen, I'm counting to 10. And then I'm gonna love you like nothing you've known. I'm gonna love you and you all alone. Sooner is better than later, but lover, I'll hover, I'll plan. I know, Ted. He said to me, this is the hard one. This time I'm not only getting, I'm holding my I said to Ted, what's that chord? What's that chord? And sound check, he goes, it's the hard one. I said, oh, okay. So the hat can come back. Has the hat made its rounds? Is anyone feeling bold that they could come? Do you mind? What's your... Oh, you're in the show. You're on. Say hello to everyone out there and, all my friends in London who have insomnia. Okay, I'll take a quick glance at this. Let's see. Which Sondheim role would you never touch? I don't think I have one I would never touch. I do anything, as you see. I'm game. I'm open-minded. I'm older now and open-minded. I've been around, so I'm going to just dive in. Whatever you guys call me to do, I'll do it. What's your favorite Sondheim lyric? My favorite Sondheim lyric is kind of coming up. The child is so sweet and the girls are so rapturous. Isn't it lovely how artists can capture us? That comes to mind right away, but we could be here all day on that question. What's the most challenging Sondheim song to sing? Do you mean tonight? I guess it was The Baker's Wife, though. I don't know. Yeah, that one. I mean, it depends. The one you mess up is the hardest. Whichever one you mess up that night is the one you go, ugh. Is there a Sondheim song you don't like to sing, and why? You know what? Since we've been all through some hard times, there are certain ones I'm just not choosing to sing right now, just because we don't all need, to suffer too much. We got to celebrate. It's my birthday, and it's his birthday. Yeah, I don't want to talk about bad things. Okay, I think you would be an amazing Sally in Follies. Oh, that's very kind. Well, I come from a line of Ziegfeld Follies girls. My grandmother's sister Rose and my grandmother came over from Italy to be singers and dancers, and Aunt Rose really made it in the Ziegfeld Follies, and I talk about that at some of my concerts. So I'd be happy to be in any form of Follies. All right, one more question. When is Max von Essen coming up? I think right now. Max, do we have you in the house? Hey, there's Max von Essen. Come on up here. Hi, Max.
Hi, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
This is really good.
This has been really fun.
I mean, I honestly didn't want to come up. I just want to keep watching
Oh,
you. It's
stop.
so wonderful. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
So I'll bring it down now.
No. I love, we're going to sing a song from Gypsy, you know, speaking about show people and show families. Gypsy is very much about, of course, a woman, a mother of 2 teenage daughters, and she's trying to get them into burlesque. I am trying to keep my 3 daughters out of burlesque and get them into Yale. But I digress. So we're going to sing a song. You know, one of the great things I love singing from Gypsy, because I know that its karma is so good. You know what? Since you're here, I'll get rid of my little fat friend here. I don't think I need that. The history of musicals, Max, as you know, is the history of Jewish men yelling at each other. And what I hear is that in Gypsy, all 3 got along. They completely got along. Nobody was fighting because it was about, and they were interviewed much about it, and they said it's because it was a topic that they knew so well, like us. It's a show about terminal show people. They knew the topic, he said. You haven't played this part yet, right? Because you're so young.
No, hopefully I have a couple more years.
Yeah, you have a couple more years. Yeah, well, I mean, don't forget, I began this business as your lover,
Yes.
right? And then I played your mother-in-law. During the pandemic, I was suddenly cast. We played lovers a few times, and then during the pandemic, I got to play your mother-in-law in Meet Me in St. Louis.
Yes, I was the boy next door, but I had no business playing the boy next door anymore. Remember the Times said after, Max von Essen was in such heart-melting voice that you almost forget how age inappropriate he was for the boy next door. And I choose to read that as a rave. It's a Sondheim, you know, review.
Exactly. If you feel like kind of
Yeah,
2
I could
things
just
at
edit
once,
the
it's
second
perfect.
part out, yeah.
Our producers and director, Charlotte Moore, and all of the Irish rep, they're here, actually. They got a table. Love you. Our whole team, and Barry
face.
McNabb, there I see all these faces.
Why, I know you. First time we worked together.
Yeah, so when
Very
I was,
grateful
before
for
I
that.
played your big sister and everything. Let's go back to Big
Yes, go.
Sister. All right, well, this is a wonderful arrangement by Billy Stritch and our mutual friend, and the dashing Ted Firth will take us the world. Funny, you're a stranger who's come here, come from another town. Funny, I'm a stranger myself here, small world, isn't it? Funny, you're a man who goes traveling rather than settling down. Funny, for I'd love to go traveling, small world, isn't it?
We have so much in common, it's a phenomenon.
We could pool our resources by joining forces from now on. Lucky, you're a man who likes children, that's an important sign.
Lucky, you're a woman with children.
Small world, isn't it? Funny, isn't it? Small and funny and fine.
We have so much in common, it's a phenomenon. We could pool our resources by joining forces from now on.
Lucky, you're a man who likes children, that's an important sign.
Lucky, you're a woman with children. Small world, isn't it? Funny, isn't it? Small and funny. Small and funny. to say, if you ever have the chance to sing with Melissa Errico, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. Gosh, it's such a joy. I feel like you hit a harmony with her. It's like I feel like an instrument. I don't even feel like I'm singing anymore. Thank you. I just love her.
You're
I love her.
amazing.
Oh, she took away the chair. I think I might use it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I think I might need it. I mean, I need to. This is the final song from Company. I'm going to steal her water too.
Do it.
It's interesting because I was reading about it, and I think this was the fourth song they were trying in this position as the final song, and it just wasn't hitting, it wasn't landing, and they were encouraging Sondheim to, we need a hope, we need a happy ending, and he just thought, no, we've worked too hard. I can't just say marriage is great. You know what I mean? At the end of Company, he's like, we haven't earned that. It'd be pandering. So in typical, just as like Melissa was speaking, it's both, it's both things. It's the first half of the song is an argument, a complaint with the rest of the cast, and then company members, and then suddenly it's a realization that marriage isn't great, and marriage is great. It's this realization that all these things Bobby has been complaining about, doesn't want, it might be the exact things he needs, and having that balance. So this is being alive. Somebody hold me too close. Somebody hurt me too deep. Somebody sit in my chair and ruin my sleep. Make me aware of being alive. Being alive. Somebody need me too much. Somebody know me too well. Somebody pull me up short and put me through hell and give me support for being alive. Make me alive. Make me alive. Make me confused. Mock me with praise. Let me be used. Vary my days. But alone is alone. Not alive. Somebody crown me with love. Somebody force me to care. Somebody let me come through. I'll always be there, as frightened as you, to help us survive. Being alive. Being alive. Being Thank
Wow. Okay.
you.
Oh my God, Max.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you know what you reminded me? You reminded me of my husband. You reminded me of my husband because I was standing there. I don't know how many of you know that my symbol with my husband, or almost 25 years married, is the sunflower. And so many people brought sunflowers. And this is my sign because my husband is such an optimist. And the sunflower follows the sun. And while you were singing, I literally just pulled one out because that was how I felt. Well, you were just singing. And so, Patrick, take this. I'm sure I just walked off the live stream, but put that in your lapel. Love you. Being alive. Well, Max, you made that real. Thank you. You're amazing. Everybody, Max von Essen. Max von Essen. My great, great friend. So now what do I say? Right. I wanted to share another email with you. I won't share loads and loads of them tonight because we're coming to the end here, but I think there's a music. Oh, yeah. Goodness, there's so much to do. I'm sure this live stream looks like I'm moving furniture. Well, look, I'm a mother. I'm a mother. If anybody, do you need anything while I'm up? Okay. I can do it all. Hi, everybody. I got a letter once from Mr. Sondheim. I was talking with him about this next song, No More. And he said, no more will stand anything you give it. I meant it exactly as you describe it. He liked my letters. We used to have a good time writing. He did follow my writing. I've written some essays in the New York Times. He used to read them in great detail and disagree with certain things, and we had huge back and forths about stuff. It was quite, I would never tell you what, but interesting stuff. It's about, he goes, no more will stand anything you give it. I meant it exactly as you describe it. It's about trying to leave a decent world to the next generation. No more questions, please. No more tests. Comes the day you say, what for, please? No more. We disappoint, we disappear, we die, but we don't. They disappoint, in turn I fear, forgive, though they won't. No more riddles, no more quests, no more, what is it? No more, something you can't undo. What can't you undo? No more curses, thank you. That's a good one to remember. No more curses you can't undo, left by fathers you never knew. No more quests, no more feelings. Time to shut the door. Just no more. Running away. Let's do it, free from the ties that bind. No more despair or burdens to bear out there in the yonder. Running it away, we'll do it. Why sit around resigned? Have to take care unless there's a where. You'll only be wandering blind. Just more questions. Different kind. Where are we to go? Where are we ever to go? Running away, we'll do it. Why sit around resigned? Trouble is, son, the farther you run, the more you feel undefined. For what you have left undone and more. What you've left behind. We disappoint, we leave a mess, we die, but we don't. They disappoint in turn, I guess, forget, though they won't. Like father, like son. No more giants waging war. Can't we just pursue our lives with our children and our wives till that happier day arrives? How do you ignore all the witches, all the curses, all the wolves, all the lies, the false hopes, the goodbyes, the reverses, all the wondering what even worse is still in store? giants. No, no more. Thank you. At the end of our show here, I'd like to read a poem that means a lot to me. To return us to the Odyssey. And the idea of the Odyssey, this is an excerpt from a poem by Cavafy, by Constantine Cavafy, a Greek poet. As you set out for Ithaca, hope your road is a long one, full of adventure, full of discovery. Lystragonians, Cyclops, angry Poseidon, don't be afraid of them. You'll never find things like that on your way as long as you keep your thoughts raised high, as long as a rare excitement stirs your spirit and your body. Isn't that something? As long as a rare excitement, like Sondheim, stirs your spirit and your body. Keep Ithaca always in your mind. Arriving there is what you're destined for, but don't hurry the journey at all. At the end of all these journeys, what do we have left? What do we leave the world? A common theme with Mr. Sondheim. We disappear, we die, but we don't. What do we leave the world? And he was unequivocal about that, clear about that. We leave behind children and art. I sang this song to Steve at the height of the pandemic for his 90th birthday virtual concert. You would have liked him, Mama, you would. Mama, he makes things, Mama, they're good. Just as you said from the start, children and art. Children and art. He should be happy. Mama, he's blue. What do I do? You should have seen it. It was a sight. Mama, I mean it. All color and light. I don't understand what it was, but Mama, the things that he does, they twinkle and shimmer and buzz. You would have liked them. It. Him. Isn't she beautiful? There she is, there she is, there she is, there she is. Mama is everywhere. He must have loved her so much. This is our family, this is the lot. After I go, this is all that you've got, honey. Wasn't she beautiful though? You would have liked her. Mama did things no one had done. Mama was funny. when she had none. Mama said, honey, mustn't be blue. It's not so much do what you like as it is that you like what you do. Mama said, darling, don't make such a drama. A little less thinking, a little more feeling. I'm just quoting Sondheim. The child is so sweet, and the girls are so rapturous. Isn't it lovely how artists can capture us? You would have liked her. Honey, I'm wrong. You would have loved her. Mama enjoyed things. Mama was smart. See how she shimmers. I mean from the heart. I know, honey, you don't agree, but this is our family tree. Just wait till we're there and you'll see. Listen to me. Mama was smart. Listen to Mama. Children and art. Children and art. Ted Firth. Thank you, Ted Firth. Oh! These are the three graces. Oh, they've never been on the stage before. Oh, except that they're dancers and they're always on the stage. Oh, I love you so, Diana, my Greek goddess. Athena, the Greek goddess. Look at all of you. How about that, huh? Oh, I love you. And there's Patrick. This is so cute. This is like the Andy Williams show now. This is a live stream I'll never forget. I love you. I love you. I'll be done in a minute. I don't know what to say, except thank you so much for this opportunity. And my mother is in the audience with my father. And it's just one of those moments, very rare moments. And I just got lost there. Ted, you're amazing. We do. Sorry, you, Melissa. This is, am I supposed to sing more things? There's something what? What am I supposed to do? I see a cake. Who is this?
Take the moment.
Oh my God. Richard Troxel.
Talk the moment,
Oh, my
make it last.
Aren't you working with Renee Fleming right now?
Hold the feeling
She'll be mad.
for the moment, or the moment will have passed. All of noises buzzing in your head, warning you to wait. What for? Don't listen. Let it happen. Take the moment. Make the moment many moments more. Make for us 1,000 more. All the noises buzzing in your head, warning you to wait. What for? Don't listen. Let it happen. Take the moment. Make the moment many moments more. Make for us 1,000 more.
Oh my God. Thank you for your art. Now, would you bring this to my kids? Oh my God. Thank you, everyone. What a birthday. Oh my God. Oh, thank you. What a night. Stop worrying where you're going. Move on. If you can know where you're going, you've gone. Just keep moving on. I chose and my world was shaken. So what? The choice may have been mistaken. The choosing was not. You have to move on. Look at what you want, not at where you are, not at what you'll be. Look at all the things you gave to me, you've done for me. No, done for me. Opened up my eyes, taught me how to see, notice every tree, understand the light, concentrate on now, move on, move on. Stop worrying if your vision is new. Let others make that decision, they usually do. You keep moving on. Look at what you've done, then at what you want, not at where you are, what you'll be. Look at all the things you gave to me. Let me give to you something in return. I would be so pleased. The color of your just keep moving on. Anything you do, let it come from you, then it will be new. Give us more to see. Okay, I went all the way over there just to save you time. Went all the way over there and I came back. Thank you. Would you like one more song? I'm back. Oh, Ted would like to say something.
Can you?
Oh,
Thanks. Can we do 2 more?
yeah.
I got one.
Oh, again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
And he's singing.
Happy birthday, dear Melissa. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my God. Thank you. Oh, and a card. Thank you, Ted. This is. Oh, 40 is when the fun begins. Thank you. Oh, gosh. Here's one for the road. Thank you for the sunflowers, John and Gail. I see you over there. Longtime friends. How nice to be all together again. God, we waited a long time. Everyone, I'm so happy for you and all of us. Sorry that Mr. Sondheim isn't here, but so happy he brought us together. With so little to be sure of, if there's anything at all, if there's anything at all, I'm sure of here and now, and us together. All I'll ever be, I owe you. If there's anything to be, being sure enough of you makes me sure enough of me. Thanks for everything we did. Everything that's past, everything that's over, too fast. None of it was wasted. All of it will last. Everything that's here and now, and us together. It was marvelous to know you, and it isn't really through. Crazy business, this life we live in. Can't complain about the time we're given. With so little to be sure of in this world, we had a moment, a marvelous moment. I will never forget the green room. Thank you.